Hi everyone, I'm making a series of videos about building and running my portable train layout. It's aimed at my friends and people who don't know much about the hobby, so it might also be useful to people who are thinking of starting a layout but like me don't have much room or even any room. Now once we've got the track sorted out, we'll look at the engines and the rolling stock, and then we'll have some running sessions. And this is a digital layout, so we can program, we can use sound, and we can have lots of trains running at once. So that should be fun. Now the layout is in our multi-purpose playroom. It's full of games and toys and boxes, and we need to be able to clear the floor space so that we can't have anything permanent. But at the same time, it's not good to keep rebuilding the track on the floor, because that takes a long time to do, and you have to get the geometry just right, and it's got to be very flat, and the engines just get full of fluff and dirt off the floor. So the track really needs to be on something solid and up off the ground. Okay, let's look at my solution to this problem. And it might be something that will work for you if you want to lay out and you're limited for space. And the track is on a sheet of insulation board. Okay, so let's have a look at the board. So we just turn the board around and you can see the track now. Let's lower it onto the shelf. And we'll pick this end up. Let the legs drop down. Alright, so you can see we've got a back seam stuck on the wall there. Got some other bits of it, I should have used hardboard really, but I've used plywood and it's a bit bent. But it's quite effective once you get everything in place. I just set this up like this. Okay, and there you go. You can see we started putting a little bit of some decoration on. This is scenic material that you can buy. It's just basically coloured sawdust. You put some PVA glue on and you just sprinkle it on. And we've got big chunks of scenery as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But that's the basic layout. All right, so the track is fixed onto the board. It's not glued on because you need to be able to rearrange things at times, but it's pinned on with what you call panel pins. They're just little nails like that, and there's holes in the sleepers in the track when you buy the track, and you can actually just push them in with your finger. You don't need to hammer them in or anything, and that's pinned down. There's 3 or 4 of them in each piece of track. And that just keeps the whole thing from moving around. All right, well, the next thing to do is to have a look at some of the main scenery. So we've got a box here with it all in. There's all kinds of buildings, signals here. This is a great little thing. My son made me this. This is a bespoke engineman's shed. He's got his little pile of coal and his shovel, having his cup of tea. It's just made out of scrap material. You can't actually buy this, but he's made it to 0 scale, so thanks for that, Mark. It's a brilliant bit of scenery there. A tree has escaped, bagfuls of trees, which we'll put on later. I'll show you what they look like. And in the bottom here, we've got the main pieces of scenery. I'll get the big one out first. So here we go. So you've got a bit of hardboard. You cover it in polystyrene. Just shape it up and just cover it with these scenic materials, just glued on. and let's put it on the circuit somewhere like that, just to give you a bit of height. And I've got a couple more here, if you can see that. And I usually put them at the back here, somewhere like that. I'll just get rid of that. And over here, and we'll put the engine room on. There it goes. And we have it's basically supposed to be a farm building from the Britain's farm toys. But I use it as a tunnel. I must get around to making a proper tunnel one day, but it adds a bit of interest. All right, and next we have the station. This is the Hornby Country Station. You can buy it in bits and you can assemble it, make it up how you like. And just clips together like this. There we go. And usually try and put this here. You need a station on your train layout. A platform for the passengers to get in. I can show this up a little bit closer. And the station house, the clock, and that sits on there like that. So there we go. We've got some decorations and things to go on the station as well. So that's the big chunks of stuff. Now the next thing to do is to put the trees on. Oh, I've forgotten these bits. Just give me a moment. Right, I made these up and everything's kind of glued on there already. And another one over here. So there you go, that's the big chunks of scenery. We're getting a little bit better. Now we've got to get the trees on now, so we'll come back when we've done that. Okay, so here we are with all the trees on and the various buildings, signals and what have you. We'll show you those a little bit more detail in a moment, but that's an overview of what the finished layout looks like. All right, so here's a view of the far end of the track. We had the idea that we can use some of the Britain's farm toys. The scale is twice as big as the railway scale, but if we used the piglets and pretend they were whole adult pigs, it kind of worked out. So we used some of the buildings as well. And around the other side, we've got some of the little trackside huts and the coal stairs and coal loading platforms, the trains to take on fuel. And we've got the station as well with the baggage trolleys, and we've used again some of the Britain stuff, little sacks and milk churns and whatnot, just to decorate it with. All right, and we've got the tunnel at the far side of the track. But remember, all this stuff just has to be, it's not stuck on the board, it all has to be taken off and packed away. The hand of God comes in here. It's just, you can buy these trees ready made and just put them on the circuit. You can take them off again. Nothing's sort of glued in place. Okay, well, the next thing to do is to get some of the trains out and have a look at them running, and we'll do that in the next video, I think. Okay guys, so that's it for now.